This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, I'd like to call the Plan Commission to order for Tuesday, November 7, 2023. Roll call, please.
Mayor Kadowski.
Here.
Gary Paul.
Here.
Chris Atkinson.
Here.
Jay Krieger.
Here.
Mike Skippington.
Here.
Corey Campbell. Here. And Jim Allen's excused.
Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remember our men and women throughout the world in uniform. I have no changes to the agenda. I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve?
There's a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. Number 5, action on the minutes from the Plan Commission meeting of October 3rd, 2023. I have no changes.
Motion to approve?
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve those minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Number 6, comments from the public must be limited to items not on the agenda, must state your name and address. You're limited to 5 minutes. The board's role is to listen and not discuss the item. Personnel issues cannot be discussed nor individuals named, and the board is not able to take action at this meeting. Is there anybody that would like to make any comments on tonight on items not on the agenda? Anybody like to make comments on items not on the agenda? Hearing none, moving on. Number 7, action items. 7A, consider, discuss, act on the Highland Ridge Estates First Edition Final Plat. Aaron.
All right, thank you. I will share my screen here to bring the plat up. All right, as indicated, this is the first addition to the Highland Ridge Estates subdivision plat in the southern part of the village, former golf course, Highland Ridge. As you can see on the screen, cursor, there we go. Highland Ridge Estates, the first phase right here has Highland Ridge Drive coming in off of Sand Acres Drive, along with Hank Avenue and Lucy Lane. That's under construction. We have houses going up there left and right. The developer has been pleased with the progress to date and is looking now to do the first addition to the Highland Ridge plat. So that is the area outlined in red that you see here. There is a phase 3 to the south for a future phase of the development. In terms of the plat itself, this is, again, this final plat, because the preliminary plat was the entire development. This final plat is basically a second phase of that total development. Continuation of Hank Avenue along the creek to the west, New Shelby Lane, and then a continuation of Ella Joe Way, north-south right here, connecting up to Ella Joe Way. In terms of the preliminary plat conditions of approval, those are identified in the staff report and the status. No issues with those preliminary plat conditions of approval. In terms of the final plat conditions of approval, I'll read through those. Approval by the Ashwaubenon Village Board of Development Agreement for Highland Ridge Estates First Edition, including but not limited to those items identified as conditions in the preliminary plat approval. We are working through that development agreement as we speak. I include the following note. Approved floodplain permits from the Ashwaubenon Zoning Administrator's Office is required prior to construction, fill, excavation, or grading activity within the floodway or flood fringe areas. Number 3, revise the shoreland note to read as follows. A shoreland permit from the Village of Ashwaubenon Zoning Administrator's Office is required for Outlot 2, lots 47 through 49, and lots 74 through 87, prior to construction, fill, or grading activity within 300 feet of the ordinary high water mark of a stream or to the landward side of the floodplain, whichever is greater. Just kind of a technical change there. Removal of a certificate of village treasurer. We don't require that certificate. And last, approval by the Brown County Planning Commission, which I actually received that approval yesterday. So we are in good shape for this final plat. Following recommendation by the Planning Commission, it would go to Village Board then for approval on the 28th of November. If you have any questions, Doug Wells, McMahon & Associates, and Trevor Thompson of the Development Company are also in the audience.
Okay. Any questions? Comments, concerns? It's a beautiful development, Trevor.
I will make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to recommend approval of the Highland Ridge Estates First Additional Final Plat that's with staff recommendations.
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, does everybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, 7B, consider, discuss, act on a request from Lamar Advertising regarding the relocation of a billboard and structure to parcel VA-213-3. Aaron?
All right, thank you. I'll share my screen again. All right, this, of course, is the map of the village of Ashwaubenon. It identifies the current 16 billboard locations we have in the village. Under our ordinance, we do have a cap of 16 billboards in the community as a maximum. The proposal is to remove a billboard on Interstate 41 at the Ready Mix plant, if you're familiar with that, and relocate that billboard to a parcel of land on the south side of 172, on a parcel that the airport actually owns. The proposal would remove the static billboard from Ready Mix and convert that to a two-sided LED billboard at the airport, still maintaining our 16 maximum. In the staff report, there are a series of criteria for any billboard to meet. As identified, there are a few conditions of approval in there, but in terms of the criteria, the proposed location does meet all those criteria. The three conditions are basically criteria within the code that are performance-based, must be met prior to the relocation of a billboard. Those are in our code, so not required to be conditions per se, but they are requirements that they will have to meet should the billboard be approved for relocation. That would include any billboard relocation pursuant to this section shall comply with all current applicable ordinances for the location and construction of billboards. Prior to the relocation of any billboard, the owner shall first obtain a demolition permit from the village. No work shall be performed under such demolition permit until the billboard has been inspected and measured with respect to square footage of the panels of the billboard and the measurements provided to the zoning administrator or designee. And then last, approval by the Site Plan Review Committee, Planning Commission, and Village Board is required for any billboard relocation. Site Plan Review Committee did review this application and did recommend approval this afternoon. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, Don Snyder with Lamar Advertising is also in the audience.
The only question I have, is that on the south side of the road or the north side, according to this picture?
It'll be on the south side of 172.
South side, okay, all right. All right, if there's no other questions, I'll move to approve as presented with
Second.
staff conditions.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to recommend approval of the relocation of the billboard and structure to parcel VA-213-3 with staff conditions. Any other comments, concerns, questions?
Aaron, any question with the airport?
No, this is actually just airport property, and the lease is with the airport, so they are in favor of the request.
All good. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nancy.
Number 7, C, consider, discuss, act on a planned unit development PUD amendment request for a new 4-story Cambria hotel located at 2113-2145 South Oneida Street, parcels VA-67-A-8, VA-67-A, VA-460-P-108, and VA-90-4-11. Aaron.
All right, thank you. And I'll share my screen one more time here. So this is back before the Planning Commission as a PUD amendment as directed by the Village Board at their October meeting. The request from the Village Board was basically to create consistency between the PUD, the planned unit development, and the site plan, along with a few site plan tweaks that were requested by the Village Board. The specific changes or revisions to the site plan requested by the board include removing the southernmost driveway access on South Oneida Street. So as you can see in this revised site plan, that access point has been removed. Add a sidewalk for pedestrian access across the parking lot islands from Element Way to the primary hotel entrance, and then expand the parking lot islands to maintain the planned trees. As you can see here, there's an extension of the sidewalk from Element Way across the parking lot islands to the main entrance of the hotel. There was also clarification requested by one of the board members that there are actual ramps to allow for ADA access, as well as crosswalk lines that we painted along there. Include a landscape buffer in the parking lot along South Oneida Street, and I'll just go to the landscape plan. You see extensive landscaping from the trees and the shrubs to shield the parking along South Oneida Street. Relocate the bicycle rack to location near the primary hotel entrance. Going back to the site plan, bike parking is identified right here near the main entrance. Then last, include a direct entrance to the restaurant from South Oneida Street. And on the first floor plan, you can see here there is a new vestibule entrance right here that directly accesses South Oneida Street. I guess I should mention last, the board did request amending the planned unit development ordinance to be consistent with the revised site plan, which is why this planned unit development amendment is coming through at the request of the village board with these revisions to the plan. In the staff report, you do see the PUD criteria and how the proposed amendment does meet those criteria under our code. The site plan at Village Board was postponed, so the site plan and the planned unit development amendment will be acted upon separately at Village Board, but they will be fully consistent with each other, creating again that kind of nice package for this project. Site Plan Review Committee did recommend approval of the planned unit development amendment. If you have any questions, the development team is in the audience. Otherwise, I'm happy to answer them as well.
Okay, any questions, concerns?
Aaron, the only question I'll ask, which I've asked at the site plan committee, these meet all the rules and regulations of the PUD that you adopted here?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve with staff conditions.
I'll second that.
okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the planned unit development for those parcels 2113 to 2145 South Oneida Street. Any, with staff conditions. Any other comments, concerns, questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Number 8, items for next agenda.
We do have items planned currently.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, number 9, we need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Thanks for joining us, Jay.